Welcome back into Live in the Bay. The essence of yoga is balance, not just balance within the body or that between the mind and body, but also balance in the human relationship with the world. Joining us now to speak more about yoga is leading wellness, a thought leader, author, and co-founder of The Underbelly, Jessamyn Stanley. Jessamyn, thank you so much for joining us on Live in the Bay.
Thank you so much for having me, Olivia.
Yes.
I'm honored to be here with you.
I'm honored to have you as a guest and talk a little bit about your book, everything you're doing for body positivity. But first, I want to know, how did you even get into yoga in the first place?
I certainly never thought that I was going to be into yoga. I was in graduate school. A friend of mine said, come to yoga. And I was like, that's not for me. I'd never seen really like fat, black, queer people practicing yoga. But when I went, I felt so at home within myself. I felt like it was okay to fall down. It's okay to make a mistake. And that medicine has really been the reason that I keep coming back to yoga. It's not really about like flexibility or being able to practice any certain posture. It's just like I can come home to myself.
So it feels a little like home to you then?
Exactly, literally.
Wow.
Yeah. I think that I think people generally think that you have to be really flexible in order to practice yoga, or that you have to be really calm, or whatever this idea of Zen is. But really, the messier you are, the more complicated you are, that makes you perfect to practice yoga.
Okay, that's good to know, because I myself have sometimes thought about yoga as, well, if you're not super flexible or if you're not good at stretching, it might be difficult. So
exactly. And the reality is that we're all really flexible, like extremely. Our bodies can do so many different things, but it requires patience and connecting to the breath and saying that, like, you know what, it's okay if it doesn't go the way that I thought it was going to go.
Absolutely. Well, that's amazing. You have an amazing perspective on yoga that I think so many of us can learn from. But you also have a YouTube channel where you share body positivity, you share your thoughts on not just yoga, but in general, your experience as a Black woman being in the yoga industry.
Yes.
Talk to us a little bit about that.
You know, I never anticipated really what it would be like to work in an industry that is primarily thin-centric, definitely very much based in white supremacy, and an industry in which fat Blackness is really not celebrated at all. And for me to really live into that and to, you know, step up to that table and to go over those hurdles, I feel like that's really important for other people to see too, that it's okay to do something even if you've never seen someone else do it. And that's the sort of thing that you can definitely engage with on my YouTube channel, and also something that you can come home to on my wellness platform, The Underbelly, where you can practice yoga with me and you can start to work on a meditation practice as well.
Well, through your wellness platform, you have inspired so many, you know, people in general, not just women, but people in general you have inspired. Why is that so important to you to show, you know, representation, diversity, and be able to have this platform to inspire others? You know what,
when you were saying that, I was thinking like, wow, I really have never tried to inspire anyone. I think that in general, I've just been trying to be myself and be comfortable. And what's really incredible about doing your own thing is that it inspires other people to do that as well. And I don't actually think that I'm really that different from all the different people who practice yoga. I think that in general, we only see thin white people practicing, and so to show anyone else is actually really more representative of who is out there practicing yoga. Like, there's so many people who look just like me, who live lives that are maybe look different than what you would see in the media, but actually are just regular. You know, everyone's just trying to survive.
It's so interesting because you mentioned something, and another guest of ours said the same thing. You said, I wasn't purposely trying to inspire others, but that's what ended up happening.
Exactly. Yeah.
That must be so cool.
I think that it is a really beautiful gift. And I think that it's not something that I think you really have to aspire to. I think that for me, it's just been about, I just want to wake up every day and be happy. I want to work toward that. Seriously. And I think that sharing that on social media means that I'm a part of a community of people who are doing that exact same thing. So I I really find so much inspiration from other people, the other people that are in community with me and that I'm able to engage with on social.
Well, you're also able to engage with others through your book. Let's talk about your book and tell guests how they can look forward to it.
So Yolk, My Yoga of Self-Acceptance, is really about what it is to live a yoga practice off your yoga mat. That we think about yoga as like yoga postures and breath work and meditation, and that is all true, but it's also leading you to have this deeper conversation with yourself, to accept the parts of yourself that maybe you don't want to accept. Like maybe you don't want to accept internalized racism or fat phobia, capitalism. These are all things that I talk about in Yolk, and that I think ultimately are really what yoga is about. Yoga is about union. It means to bring together. Yolk, sometimes people be like, does yolk mean woke yoga? And I'm like, I literally never thought about that. But it means union. It means to bring together.
Yeah.
So it's all about bringing together the pieces of yourself that don't seem to go together.
Beautiful. And if you could provide anyone out there who maybe hasn't tried yoga, one quick tip about it.
Oh my goodness. Start from where you are right now. You don't need to go buy anything. Literally just look up a free YouTube video right now. Like it could be one posture. You don't have to do the most. And really yoga is for everybody. It does not matter what your body looks like at all. Every posture can be adapted to where you are right now today. So just start from where you are, even sitting on the couch right now, even in your car, wherever
like
you are, literally just like this. Practice one posture and that's enough.
Well, thank you so much, Jessamyn, for joining us on the show and sharing your inspiring story. We truly appreciate it. So beautiful.
Thank you for having me, Olivia.
Of course.